Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking to apply and demo the new MARC JACOBS Eyeconic eye palette from the summer collection. Now I have lots of explaining to do, just please allow me. I purchased this with the gift card that was given to me by one of my students, Sana. She recently gave birth and has attended my classes before she gave birth, and as a gift she bought me a Sephora gift card because she felt that my classes have helped her not only with the pregnancy and the labor, but just to get her mind right and to have her time with her body and just to work out but still stay safe. And I was just taken aback and reminded why I love my job the way that I do and how I can help people health-wise and just help people feel empowered and stronger whatever they encounter in life, like giving birth to children. Thank you so much again for this gift and being consistent with the gift experience. I usually buy things that I wouldn't purchase with my own money. That's why I got this little guy. I'm still on the fence about getting the gel because I have a sample of it if I afford it. The Dewdrops Coconut Gel Highlighter from the Coconut Fantasy collection. That is the name for the whole collection. This is the shade. It is called Fantasy. It's a warm rose gold. I'll quickly swatch this for you. It's gorgeous, but it is $44. And depending on if you think this will serve as a really nice foundation highlighter, I've been applying this all over my face and blending it with my Hourglass. I'm still not sure about it. I feel like I have to figure out a role for it still. I'll move more into that. This intro is already way too long. Before we roll into the actual demo and swatching, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, share it with your friends. Without further ado, let's get into it. Right now I have my Hourglass foundation, Boo Proof Brow for my brows, and I have the JLo and Inglot pressed powder in nude 4. I've been using this every day, and I know initially I didn't say outright if I should recommend this or not, because I think that day when reviewing the collection it was more like a first impressions, and I'm still trying to get a handle of the shade and how it works on my face. I really love the bronzing effect it's giving me now, so you know, we're doing good with the nude 4. Thanks, Jennifer Lopez. This is the box that the Eyeconic eyeshadow palette comes in. I love the packaging. It is just a standard white cardboard, but this beautiful rose gold metallic finish on the edges. This is the palette's name is called Fantascene, S-C-E-N-E. How funny. Currently out of stock. Apparently this is a very popular item. I know I gave in. Please let me know if it's Dana or Donna, my love, because we have such great conversations in the comment section, and it's a great point that you made. These are not shades that are mind-blowingly different from anything that we've seen, but again, it wasn't my money, so that's why I decided to splurge. The color arrangement is gorgeous, and I think it goes along with the whole theme. Of course, they have their Omega bronzer that's very popular amongst several skin tones because it's more neutral than MARC's original bronze shade. He also launched a coconut loose powder that everyone lost their panties over. It has cocoa butter. I believe those are one of the ingredients, and I'm not too keen about putting on something very moisturizing for the summer season. Let me know if you have it, if you love it. I'm open to trying it, but I'm trying not to buy all the things from the Fantasy collection. If anything, I will consider getting the Dewdrop highlighter because it is a gorgeous shade. It doesn't highlight the cheekbone like the Dewdrops original from last year. I mean, that one is a beautiful golden highlight that really looks just fantastic on the cheekbone. This is more for me, for my skin tone, like an all over glow. Or if I apply this on bare skin, maybe then it will allow to just read more of as a highlight rather than like an all over dew finish. This costs $49. 7 shadows in total. Each pan is 0.03 ounces, which makes a total of 0.21 ounces for the whole thing. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I don't recommend you getting this because, again, $49 is awfully a lot just for 7 shades. If you love makeup and want to collect it just for the compact alone, then that's you. The clasp is rose gold, so is the raised lettering. You have the sticker on the back that showcases the colors. It's a beautiful piece. If it's in your budget to drop $49 on shadows, but if you're looking for a life-changing experience, then I wouldn't recommend you get this because the shadows are nice. I tried this yesterday. They do have a lot of kickback in the pan, so get ready for that. I'm just gonna do a very basic eye look. I have to hurry the hell up because I need to get ready and eat my pad thai. Teaching class, and also I wanted to film a second day DEVACURL refresh, so I got a lot to do. It also comes with the very opaque sleeve that I'm sure, you know, cost a pretty penny not development, packaging, words, hello. The first shade we're going into is this matte shade called Fantasy. It also comes with a mirror. I mean, mirror only suitable for the eyes, which works, you know what I mean? So far, I'm terribly sorry about that. Come on in. This is probably my favorite shade out of the bunch because the pink, mauvey, rosy tone of it is gorgeous. I'll give him that. And I'm sure there is a shadow in your collection somewhere that resembles this shade. However, if you feel that this is life-changing and you need this palette for $49, I totally understand. That's why I got it with my gift card, because I'm like, listen, I would have a hard time dropping $49 on just 7 shadows. I don't have a problem dropping that for Pat because Pat McGrath is like, it's an elevated experience with her eyeshadows. Not throwing shade at Marc Jacobs. I mean, Marc Jacobs has beautiful makeup too, but I like her cardboard packaging and the shadows are just immaculate, so I don't mind spending that much for her. I don't know about this though. The way they blend, I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. I will write down below if this formula for the Fantasy collection is different from the standard Eyeconic. He did reformulate the shadows for the new Eyeconic palettes that released a few months back. I'm not sure if this is the same as that initial launch. I could check on that. I love how Fantasy is blending. I mean, the way it looks on my skin tone and how it's just melting into my lids is marvelous. I'm gonna start pulling it out a little bit to get that V going. I'm terribly sorry also about the traffic, friends. At this time of day, I mean, 10th Avenue is a complete wreck, and there are like 10 million ambulances running through every 2 seconds. Am I exaggerating? No. I'm taking now my number 6, same shade with Fantasy, dragging that along my lower lash line. This could be look number 1 in terms of a daily look. You could apply this shade all over and then maybe one of the metallic shades in here. I'm curious to see what I'm gonna try. Covets again. Covets. English? The 16 and grazing that over Fantasy. I'm not sure if that made a difference, but in the future, I think this will just be my blend out shade for sure. I love how this is looking already. I mean, I loved how it looked last night, without a doubt, for sure. This is the shade that even though it's like a satiny shade, this is called On the Dance Floor. It's, it has some sheen to it, but I feel like it blends really nicely as a matte. So I'm taking my number 6 with that shade, and I'm just building it into my crease, just to add a little more pink. And it adds a nice shine to the lid. You could probably apply this all over your lid and maybe some into the crease, and that could be your single shadow look as well. Or we could just apply it wet on the lid. Maybe we'll try that. This is the shade For More. It swatches very deep, but you have to build this up on the lid. Cause look, this is the first application and it's a lot of kickback in the pan. So take your time with this one. I'm just putting this into my crease. Oh, there we go. You're just gonna pick up a lot of product and just take your time blending it out. If you want a lot, I will recommend going in with a flat brush to pack in the color, and then from there you can blend it out. But I think that gives really beautiful depth on top of that mauvey pink without looking muddy. Taking it under here, looking creepily into the lens, because if I look down, it's gonna feel like crap. Going in with number 16 just to smooth out these edges. What do we think? I love how that blends into Fantasy. Listen, man, I know I said I didn't recommend this palette because it's ridiculously expensive for what you get, but I still wanted to film, because if you are considering it and you need to see it in action, who am I to say what you should do? All right, I think I'm going to carve out my lid with some concealer, because the one metallic shade in here, I believe this is called Mia, is gorgeous. Like, it pulls the look together. It pulls all these shades together, and you understand why these shades were picked for this palette. Alright, I'm getting better at this. Well, that's messed up, but we'll ignore that. Going in with the same shader brush in Mia. Gonna hit it with some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. So left my little fix plus at home. Take that. Oh, see what I mean? I don't know what it is about this freaking shade, but it's giving me like beachy island vibes, just like that pink warm sunset type of color scheme is living right now on my lids. I do want to take this lighter pinky shade. This is She Said. I definitely have to wet this because I think this is the weakest eyeshadow out of the bunch. If you apply this dry, I mean, it's atrocious. But when we wet it, which I haven't done yet, so we're both in for a surprise. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Ooh, definitely apply this shade wet. You will be very disappointed if applied dry. I love how that's melting into the coppery gold shade. That's beautiful. Oh, all right, maybe this is worth the $49. And just pop in an extra dose on to the center of my lid. My pencil brush and cleaning up the top edge of my eyeshadow, because I'm trying to fix this a little bit, make it smoother. It'll be helpful if I could find my pencil brush with the warm brown shade and just grazing lightly over that part of my crease. And with my number 4, smoothing out this gradient because I want it to look really brown on the outer corner, and then it fades nicely into the Mia shade. Yes, on the dance floor with my pencil brush, and I'm grazing it to the inner portion of my lower lash line. I think that's a nice pinky touch to the look, and also gives the shadow another role besides buffing into the crease or placing it on your lid. If you want to see a more simple look using this eyeshadow palette, let me know. Maybe I'll just use Fantasy and on the dance floor alone. Perhaps that will give us another softer daily look. Nice. I like how this is going so far. Just to use it, applying Flesh with my flat shader to the brow bone. That adds some nice brightness without being shiny. Nice alternate way to highlight the brow bone. And just cleaning the edges up because you know how this side always gives me problems. Ooh, this is nice. To finish this off, I'm using my JLo and Inglot blush in the shade Charms. Making sure I go in lightly because I discovered very quickly how that doesn't have a mirror. How this gets colorful real fast. A little goes a long way. I think it's the perfect shade to match up with the eyeshadow look we have going on. It's like the same rosy mauve-y hue. I'm loving this blush more and more each time I use it. Maybe it's the lighting that makes me appreciate it more. Digging it, man, digging it. Using my beauty sponge to apply a little more of her Silver Dust highlights, because I'm still on the fence about if I love this highlighter or not. I think it's a really soft glow, because you know how I'm in love with my NARS. I'm trying to figure out my feelings toward it. I think I'm gonna get the Live in the Highlight Loose pigment. Maybe that's gonna give me a little more punch, but I'm not mad at the tone. I think it's a really nice lit from within glow effect. I still have to play with it because I'm gonna spritz, so let's spritz first. Since the skin's damp, we could apply a little more just to the highest point of it. Oh, that's too much. Woo! Sponge to kind of take away that very misplaced highlight. Quickly putting on some mascara to my lower lashes. I will now I'm gonna use this middle shade with my pinky and apply onto my inner corner. Oh yeah. Oh, what do I put on my lips? What do I put on my lips? Hold on. I don't have my regular Jungle Matte with me. I'm gonna apply my Kristen, Leanne, and Urban Decay collab in Bun Bun. Top it off with Patrick Star and Max collab in Mama Star. Makes it a little more warm. All right, friends, what do we think? I love how my eyes turned out. Again, I feel like I'm just mad at the price because Marc Jacobs is just one of those brands that are incredibly expensive. You are definitely paying for the name, for the packaging, just for the overall experience of the collection of this eyeshadow palette. It's very messy. I mean, the dustiness, especially with this shade, it gets all over. But I love the depth it added. It was very warm brown. Oh, what am I doing? I have to do swatches. Oh my god, hold on. Here are all the swatches. Definitely the star of the show, I feel, is that copper shade. And perhaps my favorite matte is that rose mauve shade. I think they just blend beautifully together and give you this warm pinky sunset eye. I love the brown shade. You can see is very warm, and when in combination with the rose shade, I think it is just simply gorgeous. At the end of the day, if you have $50 to just drop and not worried about the consequences, then sure, get this palette. The box is beautiful. The compact is gorgeous. It's all white with that rose gold metallic finish with the lettering and with the clasp. Are these shades revolutionary and new? Absolutely not. You really have to think if you have like this pinky rose type of hue in your collection that you feel you can recreate this eye look with. There are a lot of copper shades in the industry right now. I'm sure that you have in your collection or you could find for cheaper as a single. Let me know what your dupes might be down below. I feel though the only palette is the Femme Rose palette from ColourPop that I think closely resembles this rose shade. I'm just still head over heels for it. I love how it turned out. The shadows, in terms of blendability, I mean, outstanding. Very smooth, melts into the skin. Did not look dry or powdery. It did not look patchy at all. I'm loving my JLo and Inglot blush and pressed powder. Still on the fence about the highlighter. Let me know if you purchased any from that collection. And yeah, if you have the Marc Jacobs powder, if you have the dewdrops, how you love them, how you use them, maybe suggest how I can use them, and we'll take it from there. Thank you friends so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another review, demo, chit chat, or get ready with me. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.